Okay, today I'm talking about the mark of the beast. I know I do a lot of talking about the image of the beast, and anybody that knows their Bible, it is probably a dozen times already referred to in Revelations about they will worship the image of the beast. But there is a mark of the beast, and these are from, I believe, two different beasts. Now, this is just my opinion. I mean, everybody over the years tells me, oh, no, it's a chip in your hand, chip in your hand. Well, Satan's the father of lies. And he's the author of confusion. So he is pushing all these things to hide things in the background. But, because I don't know how people can even, I used to think it was the chip in the hand as well. But here we have digital identity, biometrics in every cell phone, every computer, every border, every airport, it's just every bank. It's just everywhere, and I want to show why. But I'm going to start with the beast that the whore sits upon, United Nations, peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. Revelations, I believe, 17:15. The whore, the woman that thou sawest, or the whore that thou saw, or the beast that thou sawest, that the whore sitteth, are peoples, multitudes, nations, and tongues. United Nations. So this is United Nations Legal Identity Agenda. This is Sustainable Development Goal 16.9 by 2030 to provide legal identity for all, including birth registration indicator 16.9.1. Proportion of children under 5 of age whose births have been registered with a civil authority by age. Now what's interesting is, what is this identity, and what is, because we already, I thought, identified everybody, right? So if you go into what is Sustainable Development Goal 16.9, it is 16.9 by 2030 provide legal identity for all, including free birth registration. Okay, indicators and monitoring framework. So they are pushing an identity for the whole world. This isn't just Canada or China or Australia or Africa. This is global, this beast, right? United Nations, right? And they're all part of it. But if we just ask, let's ask the beast that they give the power to both speak and give life. Let's ask that beast, right? What is Sustainable Development Goal 16.9 legal identity?
According to Getting Everyone in the Picture, the inclusion of Target 16.9 means that the provision of legal documentation is being recognized and addressed as a global development issue.
Right. So, I mean, and the current suggestion for indicator on legal identity, right? It's just way too perfect for me to deny anymore, right? I can see it, and that's why he says both all, small and great. Like if we would actually just study a little bit more, I think we would see it, because knowledge has been given to us. So it would take me generations to figure out certain things today by going to all the law books, but I can do it in 30 seconds, right? And let's just see what United Nations is part of, right?
Digital transformation is changing the way we manage our data, our information, our interactions, and our identities online. The United Nations is ready to digitally transform how it deals with identity.
So, okay, so now I'll show you yet a little bit. All these driver's license cards, right? Because all we're doing is taking a picture. It's all good, right? It's all good. All we're doing is taking a picture for our drive-it. We've been doctrined into this, right? And many will be deceived, I think. And that's why he tells you to don't, because if you know your Bible a little bit, those who worship the image, which I believe the image is Sunday to Sabbath translation, or receiveth of the mark in their right hand or forehead, those will be cast. And you can all say, we'll see, and I've heard it a million times, we'll see, but it will be too late then. You won't. That's why he says to come out of her, my people, right? Because, okay, here's Revelations 13:15, right? And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many would not worship the image should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and their foreheads, and that no man might buy or save say he had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. So over and over it's referring to this image and the mark, right? And this image, I believe they are going to give through the climate change, the global climate change agenda, where you're bad, because that takes away God's second commandment, right? This image is given the power to both speak and life. And I've given other videos on that image, that AI image, right? But if we just ask again, the beast that they give the power to both speak and life, which is, let's ask this beast again. What is biometric banking?
According to TechTarget, biometric payment is a point-of-sale technology that uses biometric authentication based on physical characteristics to identify the user and authorize the deduction of funds from a bank account. Right.
See, we are right on the verge where they could flick the switch and you wouldn't access. One cyber attack, I believe it'll, I don't know how it'll all go yet exactly, but it's just too perfect already. This mark of the beast, we will not be able to access our bank accounts, right? It's in every bank, every border, it's just being pushed across the world by the beast that the horse sits upon, United Nations. And it says point of sale. So that means it's not at your banks. This will be at every McDonald's. Amazon has already taken it. MasterCard has already taken it. I mean, if you Google, a lot of the big corporations are taking this point of sale biometrics, and it's just way too perfect, right? So let's see what the beast that the whore sits upon, and this is one of United Nations sub companies that push her agenda across the world. This is from World Economic Forum. Let's see what they say on digital identity.
It's, as we say, it's really complex. So digital ID could be a game changer with respect to the provision of government services, with respect to humanitarian relief, with respect to anti-corruption, poverty reduction, and even has the potential to solve intractable problems that we have not been able to address in the pre-digital era, such as legal identity, and potentially fulfill one of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, specifically 16.9, which pledges to provide legal identity for all. A billion people around the world do not have legal identity by the year 2030. That said, no other technology except perhaps facial recognition technology, which can be related.
So here she's describing the Sustainable Development Goal 16.9, legal identity for all, for facial recognition, right? So this, you're not changing. There's way too much that is showing that this is the mark of the beast already. And I think it's time to stop saying we'll see and start preparing, because it's going to be very difficult for you and your families at that point to not receive the mark of the beast if you're not going to be a little bit like Noah built the ark because he knew the flood was coming. Well, we all have the Bible. We all have the spirit of prophecy. We can understand these things now today, and God is warning us. But if you're too busy with your idolatry, you'll never see it coming.
The way to do that was through biometric deduplication. That the biometric was the only way that you could make sure that somebody was unique. And this was designed in 2009 when biometrics had not really progressed to where it was today. And we built a biometric deduplication based on fingerprints, iris, and photograph. We felt that with that level of digital granularity, we'll be able to get uniqueness on 1 billion people. So that was the technology that was built. It was built an open source platform, highly scalable. It was built to enroll 1.5 million people a day. And at peak, we had 35,000 enrollment stations across the country. The data is very, very minimalistic and simple. So this is not a data gathering system. This is just an ID system. It has the name, address, very simple things. And we make sure everybody gets only one number through the uniqueness of biometrics. And you can also do online authentication using fingerprint, iris, face, or through a OTP. And this
right. So